Plug-in solar has literally just dropped an absolute nuke on the traditional green energy industry. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the 3 massive features that are completely rewriting the rulebook on how you can power your own home. It's a real game changer.
Okay, so let's look at this stark before and after perspective. Traditional solar meant agonizing realities, $5,000 or more, scaffolding, roofers stomping around, and just endless red tape. But plug-in solar, it's about 300 quid, grabbing DIY supermarket panels, plopping them on your lawn, and plugging them straight into a standard wall socket. No way, right? But it's absolutely true.
First up, the conflict, the massive logistics and cost barrier. For decades, getting solar meant dealing with weeks of construction, eye-watering quotes, and endless paperwork just to get permission to generate your own electricity. The friction was so incredibly high that millions of renters and everyday homeowners simply couldn't participate. As the saying goes, nothing good comes easy. But let's be entirely honest with ourselves for a second. It absolutely shouldn't require a second mortgage just to catch some rays. I mean, right? And the truth is, a country like Germany has already bypassed this headache entirely. What started out as kind of guerrilla solar has exploded into well over 1 million registered balcony installations. It just proves the public is incredibly hungry for accessible power. So, the reveal, the 800-watt DIY plug-in system. This is the definitive solution to that exact headache. It's a highly effective setup built around a simple microinverter that literally democratizes power generation for all of us. No waiting around for installers, and definitely no massive loans. Here's exactly how this works, turning days of intense manual labor into absolute minutes. Step 1. You position your solar panels on the ground, or maybe on a patio mount. Step 2. You connect those panels to the microinverter. Step 3. You just plug that microinverter into a standard 13-amp UK wall socket. That is literally it. The energy flows backward into your household circuits to run your fridge, your TV, your computer, the whole shebang. And honestly, the best part is the wildly accessible price tag. We're talking about roughly £296. By sourcing spare 440-watt panels, which you can often buy dirt cheap right off the vans of local solar installers who carry extras, and pairing them with basic ground mounts and an off-the-shelf microinverter, you can build this entire highly functional rig for under £300. But what does this actually mean for your wallet? The brutal efficiency of this setup is wild. Based on real-world generation data, this exact system saves you roughly £190 annually on your electricity bill. To put that into perspective, it fully pays for itself in just about 2 years. From then on, every single watt you generate is pure profit going right back into your bank account. Now that brings us to our second major conflict, the backfeeding death trap. This is the electrical industry's absolute worst nightmare. The fear is simple. Critics argue that pulling the plug out of the wall while the sun is shining will leave you holding exposed live pens, or even worse. During a local power cut, your system will pump power backward into a dead grid, putting utility workers at serious risk of electrocution. To borrow a phrase, nobody wants to be the guy who accidentally lights up the neighborhood, right? It's a perfectly reasonable anxiety to worry about unintentionally backfeeding electricity into your house when the grid is supposed to be totally dead. Well, here is the reveal that completely shuts that panic down. Anti-islanding technology. This isn't just some theoretical idea. It's a proven, legally mandated protection built right into these compliant microinverters. It's specifically designed to instantly stop the inverter from generating power the exact millisecond your main public grid connection drops. Here is exactly how this tech works step by step. Step 1. The microinverter is constantly monitoring the 50 Hz electrical fingerprint of the grid. Think of the grid like a massive pond. If you throw a stone in, the ripples disappear. Step 2. The grid connection dies, leaving your inverter isolated. Step 3. Because the grid is gone, the inverter suddenly sees its own electrical ripples, its own fingerprint. The very moment it detects that, boom, it shuts down the live feed in less than half a second. You pull a plug, and those pins are instantly and completely safe to touch. So we can absolutely violently debunk the industry's plug panic right here. The real risks you actually need to worry about? Unsecured panels blowing away like kites in a storm. There's literally a case where a panel blew over and cracked a 2,000-pound skylight. Or how about running 800 watts through worn-out 30-year-old RCDs that haven't been tested since the 90s? Or the sheer stupidity of overloading fully coiled cheap extension leads?
The inverter tech is incredibly safe. It's the lazy physical installation and ignoring basic electrical safety that poses the true danger. Okay, moving on to our third major conflict, the wasted generation problem. Because there's currently no export tariff agreement for DIY plug-in systems in the UK, any excess power you generate while you're away at the office is simply flushed right down the drain and into the grid. As the age-old adage goes, you can't catch lightning in a bottle. And that perfectly anchors this incredibly frustrating use-it-or-lose-it reality of basic solar. If your panels are soaking up all that amazing midday sun, but your home is totally empty and your appliances are off, you don't get paid for that exported energy. It's just totally lost potential. So how do we conquer this limitation? The reveal? Plug-in battery integration. Systems like the Indult PowerFlex 2000 step right into the picture. It's exactly like hiring a genius energy assistant who never sleeps. They capture that midday sunshine so you can use it precisely when you need it. Just look at the technological transformation packed inside these units. You're getting 4 independent MPPT inputs, which means you can optimize up to 4 panels pointing in completely different directions: east, south, west, you name it. You get 2 kilowatt-hours of built-in storage, a rugged IP65 weatherproof rating, and it links seamlessly to smart apps and Home Assistant. It literally time-shifts the sun, hoarding all that free energy during the day to power your TV and your lights at night. Financially, storing that energy is an absolute game changer. By capturing up to 2,400 watts of peak power and holding it in the battery, you aren't just giving free power away to the grid anymore, you're keeping every drop of it in-house, which drives your potential annual savings right through the roof to around £550. Okay, let's zoom out and look at the ultimate stakes of everything we've covered today. Democratized, cheap, safe energy for millions. We're entering an era where renters, DIYers, and pretty much anyone finally has safe, zero red tape access to green energy without needing thousands of pounds or a whole team of contractors. With this kind of power hitting the consumer market, it really presents an incredible opportunity. It all comes down to how deep you want to dive into this new paradigm. So, which are you most excited to try? Are you leaning towards setting up the basic 300-pound patio rig just to get your feet wet? Or are you ready to jump straight into the fully decked-out plug-in battery rig to absolutely maximize those savings? If you found this explainer helpful and you want to stay ahead of the curve on the tech that's shaping our world, make sure to absolutely smash the like button and subscribe for fast-paced tech updates. But before you go, drop your answer to that question down in the comments, the basic patio rig or the full battery setup, so we can debate the best setups. Thank you so much for watching, keep building, and I will see you in the next explainer.